I'm headed out the door. If you don't know me, I'm a 6-year pro basketball player, and I'm in the off season right now. Play overseas, play in a lot of different countries, but I want to show you guys a full week of just like my basketball skill workouts. It's my second week of the summer, and we're gonna really get after it this week in terms of skill work. I just want to take you guys kind of behind the scenes, how I'm trying to improve all the drills, all the stuff I'm working on to dial this baby up. Oh. It's the essentials: basketball bag, we got shoes, tripod, Theragun, band in there, and then my camera bag. This is how I document everything for you guys. Let's get this skill workout in. Here's the home gym for the summer. Now, the first skill workout of the week is usually the most physically demanding. The day before was a complete rest day, so I should be feeling pretty fresh today. Pilates wrist weights. At most morning skill workouts, we start with some sort of ball handling warm-up. Now, this isn't going to be game speed. It's basically getting our handle and feel for the basketball back after taking a day off. These wrist weights add an element of fatigue, and they also force you to control the ball with your fingertips and not your palm. Essentially, repeat every single move variation from half court and back. Crossovers between the leg, behind the back, and between under. After the single moves, we'll put some dribble combos together, normally 1-2s, and we're gonna again do every variation we can. When working out in the morning, especially at my age, it's important for me to not hit the ground running at game speed. My joints, they got some wear and tear, so I have to be conscious of that. After we finish the ball handling warm-up, we get into some pick and roll passing options. We're just imagining the screen here and all the different options we could potentially have off a pick and roll. Best passers at the highest levels can pass with both hands, and they can do it without bringing their other hand to the ball. That's why most of these passes are made with the single hand and directly off the dribble. There's a misconception that these are flashy or highlight passes, but to be honest, the traditional chest pass is pretty dead at the highest levels unless it's a kick ahead. Again, I was not expecting the level of fatigue these wrist weights added. My forearms were absolutely burning after this. Next, we got into some touch finishing off of an in and out. Goal was to make the lay-in without the ball actually hitting the square. See a lot of hoopers practicing traditional layups, and honestly in the game, you're rarely gonna get something like that. We finished up these offhand lay-ins, then we got right back into the pick and roll passing section, but this time with our strong hand. Immediately, I felt the difference between the strength of the passes I can make and the accuracy of the passes I can make with my dominant hand compared to my weak hand. As a playmaking 2-3, I have to be comfortable with all these different passing options out of the pick and roll. Now, are these reps as impactful as game-like reads? Probably not. But in order for me to be even comfortable making these reads in a game, I have to get familiar with the movements and the different passing options. We repeated the finishing section, but now with our dominant hand. Now, JR's never told me this explicitly, but we always start our skill work with our weak hand. It's almost an unconscious reminder that it's not weaker, it just needs some extra attention. And John with Verity Movement enlightened me to this idea of not speaking to our body in negative connotations. It's not our weak hand, it's just our less dominant hand. Speak life into your body by speaking with positive language. Then we got into this 3-2-1 handle series. It was 3 reps of between the legs at the first cone, then 2 at the second, then 1 at the third, trying to change our pace after each cone. So I apologize for the lighting here, but you can still see what's going on. After each cone, you want to kind of pop out. So maybe at the cone, you're dribbling fast, and then it's a quick acceleration, and then a slow down back into the dribble combo. We also added a counter to the between dribble at the end with a between cross. Now, one of the things I told JR I wanted to work on at the start of this offseason was my handle in tight spaces. As a big guard, I have the tendency to make these big dribble movements. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to cover space, but at the same time, I have to be comfortable making moves in really tight spaces, a little bit more twitchy, and a little bit less movement and more kind of change of pace. I'm learning that you don't need to really cross someone up. Sometimes smaller movements have bigger impacts on the defense than bigger ones. Now, this next drill, we worked on exploding out of contact into our mid-range pull-up. Now, for the sake of the conciseness of the video, I don't show every rep. I don't usually show you guys misses, and I don't show every make, but I promise you, me and Mitch in these drills, we went a combined 20 for 22 on these mid-range. Now, the second contact drill was all about manipulating the pick and roll defender, being able to hip swivel and get to our spot and elevate. To end the day, we did some burnout finishing, 5 reps each from each side. The intention of this drill was to have a quick first step even when you're fatigued. Skill workout was about 70 minutes start to finish, and we ended the workout with 1 set of 1:30 straight of the jump rope. Great first workout of the week. Smooth little workout. Today was finishing focus. It's just funny. I don't know if y'all like this, but when I start working out, all I'm thinking about is like how much better I would be if I master some of these moves. Like when I think about it, it's like the one-on-one stuff, like the little twitchy side steps. I really don't have a lot of that in my game. And so that's like all I'm thinking about. And I think that's probably all I'm gonna think about the rest of the day is like, bro, if I mastered these little twitchy side steps, bro, I'm gonna be unguardable, this, that, and the other. And I think that's why I love hoop, man. There's like always something you can add to your game. Some people say basketball is like poetry or like a work of art. To me, like, it totally is. Like, there's so many endless ways that you can kind of like experiment, be creative. And I think that's why I like off season in the summer so much, because it's like you're not in a role anymore. You're not required to be this type of player for your team. You get freedom. You get to choose what you want to work on. You get to decide for yourself, you know, how you want to get better. That's some of the advice I give you young kids is in the summer, man, experiment, like fall in love with the creative process of making mistakes, of trying new things. 'Cause that's the only way you're going to develop into a new player, or else if you practice the same things all the time, the same moves, yeah, you'll get those dialed, but your bag and your ability to respond to new situations, new stimulus, it won't be even available for you to be creative. So then you get stuck in this rut. And next thing you know, you're in that same role the next season. So first workout of the week done. It's now like 10 a.m. Gonna go home, get some breakfast. I am gonna lift today, but you know, this video I want to be focused on all my basketball workouts and training throughout the week. So I'm not gonna show y'all that, but I am gonna get a shooting workout in later tonight. It's gonna be a little lighter. This morning was all finishing. Tomorrow night we'll be shooting. It's kind of the double day time of the off season. Still not playing live yet. So again, all skill work, but man, I'm excited for a good off season and I'm excited to bring you guys along with me. So let's keep rolling. Look who it is, the welcome committee. I don't think there's a better feeling than getting your workout done early and drinking the protein shake in your backyard. It's a good life. Now, the second workout of the day was way less intense. It's an important thing to note. You have to be able to vary the intensity of your workouts if you want to have a consistent summer. If you go hard every time, you are going to burn yourself out. We started with a little pickup work on our mid-range jump shot. Then we did some subtle movement shooting. In the corners, we did these little slides rather than these big drifts to the corner. At the wings, we did a crossover step. At the top of the key, we did a little retreat, 1-2 step or hop. And then to finish, we extended our range and shot some deep threes. Running a little late this morning, but we have another skills workout with JR this morning. Yesterday was all finishing. Today's gonna be all shooting work. Got some shots up last night, but again, most of my nighttime shooting workouts are a little less intense. So this one's gonna be a lot more intense, more running, more full speed stuff, more game-like scenarios, fill-ups, stuff off the dribble, off-ball movement, all those good stuff. So at least I think so. That's kind of what we talked about yesterday. So we'll see. I let him kind of run and structure these morning skill workouts and let him program it. Then I program around these, and these are like the staple of my summer training. 5 to 6 days a week, 8:30 in the morning, every single morning. That's how I structure my summers skill work wise. Non-negotiable, it's what I gotta do. Here we go. We got straight into elbow to elbow floats with a push out dribble at the end. This was our warm up, so we weren't going at game speed, but the idea here was to find some sort of flow. As we warmed up, our movements got sharper and our change of direction and pace got quicker. Notice that this move set has a sort of progression. There's a move, and then there's a counter to the move, and then there's a counter to the counter. The idea is pretty straightforward, but essentially you just want to stack moves on top of each other. So if you get to that first move and then you see you aren't open, you have an option. We like to split up our drills with some free throws, allow us to catch our breath and reset. Then we got into these little bump offs, first at the mid-range, then at the 3 into a dribble pull-up. This movement's pretty tough because you have to change your momentum quickly from going backwards to forward or backwards straight up into your shot. There's a lot of moving parts here, but this is a high-level movement, and so we repped it out. Then we got into this handoff shooting series. First it was a pull-up going baseline, then it was a catch and shoot, 3 to the middle. On this action, it's all about efficiency of movement, not wasting time with extra steps, straight up into your shot and consistent follow through and good balance. A finishing pull-up 3 series and then competing on some catch and shoot threes from 5 spots The goal was to see who could make the most in a row. Ton of high quality shots this morning. I felt like I was efficient in my movement and consistent in my follow through. That's really all you can ask. Those two are the recipe for success. Just got done with a skill workout. Shot felt pretty good. Body feels good. So I'm gonna come back later, get some shots up. Hopefully some one-on-one if I'm feeling good. I'm hoping. The thing is, you do a lot of skill work and you don't practice any of your moves against contact. It's like, what's the game translation? So I wanna get some contact in, feel how to really put the moves into practice. So hopefully a big one-on-one session tonight. Either gonna be one-on-one session or a lot of shooting. Second day in the books, let's keep it going. Oh, hi! Guess where I'm going? Back to the gym. Gotta live in the gym. If you love this she, put on some reel. I was just thinking about it a little bit right now. I've been playing basketball for a really long time. Gotten to a level I probably didn't even think I would ever get to. And I think one of the roots of it is I genuinely enjoy basketball like a huge amount. Like, you gotta kind of be like a hoop junkie. I'm obsessed with improving at something, and I'm obsessed with what I'm improving at. That's kind of the recipe you need to have if you want to reach levels that you probably didn't think you could. And those are the two recipes that if I was looking at a young hooper, he's like, hey man, do you think I'm gonna make it? I would say, are you obsessed with getting better? Or like, do you genuinely love basketball? Those two things, that's a recipe for success in this game. Back to work. Let's get this working. Because we did a jersey swap and I didn't get them.
Jersey swap, shorts,
okay. Shorts.
Champions League emblem.
White ones might have some dookie stains, but it has a lot of wins in there. The OG.
This is an OG.
First drop. First drop.
What do you call them? The
excellence in the pursuit.
Yeah.
Black and
drop.
white. That's what I'm talking about.
No, what's the drop called? Principles.
Yes, dude, he's so
collection.
dialed.
On,
he's so dialed. First time wearing them because I knew I was playing one-on-one. I was just gonna cook y'all like really.
That's
like, I can break in a new shoe while I'm busting their ass. Like, it's no problem.
He's only saying that for the camera.
I didn't even know the camera was rolling.
Yeah.
You know the codes. You knew the name of the drop. That's how I know you're really dialed. And I respect it. I honestly, I really appreciate it, if I'm being honest. Before we got into live situations today, we started this shooting workout with a balance and movement series. A lot of times I like to incorporate my actual physical warm-up into some sort of shooting reps. So we did all these different footwork off this float dribble. The competition in this was the first to make 3 shots. Especially on the days when we're gonna compete in the one-on-ones, I like to make every aspect of that workout competitive and approach every drill accordingly. These next drills I got from my assistant coach in Germany, Bryce Taylor. I think he either got them from Rob Fedor, which is the shooting coach for the Miami Heat, or a little bit from Mike Dunn. The intention behind these drills is to find a consistent balance point and always shoot from a centered feeling. This starts with an efficient transfer of power from the ground up into our shot in the correct sequence. To put it simply, we want the ball to lift first so the power that comes from our legs flows through the ball and up into our release. These 360 spins add a rotational element as well as practicing the skill of finding our target. I don't know if it was because this warm-up was not dynamic enough, but I felt like my body wasn't warming up to the extent it needed to be ready to play live. Nevertheless, it was time to compete because the boys were here. We structured the one-on-one so it was like we were playing off a slight relocation. We also added a help side defender so that if you got by the first line of defense, it wasn't just going to be an easy layup. We also added a 3 dribble limit to make it more game-like. finish the workout, me and my guy Tice did the atypical 50-shot challenge. This is a workout that you should do at least once a week and use it as sort of a barometer to your shooting improvement. In the atypical workout log that I released on my website, there's a place to track this 50-shot workout, as well as a private YouTube video that I run through this whole workout and I show you guys my score I got in this exact workout. All right, listen, I'm not gonna shy away from it. I got fried in the workout tonight. My one-on-one bag off the dribble was so incredibly bad. It's like I forgot how to play out of the one-on-one. And young boy Tice, that was the kid in the white tank top. He's gonna be a junior at Point Loma next year. Bro was cooking me. Like it was ugly, but hey, sometimes you gotta take L's. I'm gonna own it. And then tomorrow morning, we got a skill workout. That's a lot of basketball in 3 days. So I think Thursday we're gonna go really light. Actually Thursday we'll probably take off. And then we'll go Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the exact same rhythm we did these last 3 days. And then probably take Monday off. It's gonna mess up the schedule a little bit, but I think we went a little too hard in this one-on-one tonight. Way too many games. It's because I was getting competitive, because I was getting cooked. So just keep working. Another day, another 8:30 a.m. skill workout with my man JR. We did Monday, Tuesday with him in the morning. Yesterday was light shooting to kind of deload the body a little bit midweek. Today will be another skill workout. I believe it will be finishing and touch shots as well as handles will be the focus today. It's 4th of July tomorrow, so I'm gonna take that whole day off and relax with family. But if you think about it, one of the biggest aspects of your off-season training has to be its adaptability, right? Because every week is not gonna be cookie cutter. There's gonna be things that come up and you have to have some things that are non-negotiable. And for me, it's these 8:30 a.m. skill workouts, and I do them no matter what the schedule is. I'm gonna find a way to get in either 4 or 5 8:30 a.m. skill workouts in a week. But if I know I'm not going to do a workout tomorrow, probably at all, and then the next day, you know, I might be a little tired, some 4th of July festivities, the importance of this workout today is at an all-time high, because you want to really push yourself today almost as a hedge against potentially missing some work tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, so like I showed at the start of the video, a rough outline of a perfect week. Every week is not going to be perfect, so some days will have to be adapted and tweaked, and each time you tweak one of the days, it kind of affects the rest of the week. But it's important to try and be as consistent as possible and as adaptable as possible. And that's how true consistency over a long period of time happens, is being able to bob and weave a little bit when it comes to your training and not adhering to a plan for plan's sake. We don't want to be so obsessed with our off-season training program that we can't adjust to life, to spending time with family. You know, if our body feels a certain way, we have to be smart and we have to be cerebral in our training. Here we go, another workout. Let's get it in due time, baby, in due time. So this workout was supposed to be finishing and ball handling and playmaking, but because of how uncomfortable I felt in the one-on-ones, I told JR I wanted to work out of the jab step a lot today. Still, we started with our daily vitamin ball handling warm-up, and again, we have the wrist weights to add the variable of fatigue, as well as forcing us to dribble with our fingertips and not our palm. This ball handling workout is kind of like daily vitamins. Take it in the morning, do it every day, and then don't really think about it too much. Don't overthink it, just do something consistent to get you in the headspace to work out at a high level. 10 minutes every day over a long period of time adds up. Started the workout with these hip swivels into same foot, same hand layups, then stacked on top of the hip swivel with a change of direction move, this time a crossover. This was supposed to be same foot, same hand layup. I messed it up. I still don't like that a lot of my moves are really big. Being a big guard, I need to be comfortable with smaller, twitchier movements. In continuing to stack on the hip swivel start, we got into first a hezi and then a step back. Again, I'm a big fan of this training concept called move stacking. After the step back, we went into a cross, into another step back, and now we repeat it on the other side. Now I know JR looks a little funny with the foam roller, but he's trying to add variables. Maybe the cross needs to be lower. Maybe the finish needs to be higher off the glass. He's just adding things for us to react to. A quick tip on the hip swivel hezi, you need to really sell your attack foot so it really looks like you're going to drive. After this hip swivel series, we were really warmed up and it was time to get into the jab step flow. Now, whenever you catch the ball in basketball, that's when you're the most dangerous. You can do everything. You can shoot, you can drive, you can pass. The big intention for this series was that we really sold each fake, make the defender react to every different move. The other big emphasis was to do every fake with pace, change the height, change the speed, be unpredictable. A lot of people waste their jab step attacking opportunities by playing too fast, but it's a great time to be creative. There's so many different options and so many different things that you can get to. Now repeat the same series on the left side, but again, keeping our pivot foot as the left, because that's kind of what you expect to do the most as a right-hand player. Now, every workout I do in this video of a week of basketball training as a pro hooper will be listed out in an easy to read PDF. You can get it for free. The link is in the description of this video. My goal with this stuff is to give you guys an inside look at my systems and how I get better and give you usable, easy resources. We finished with some jab step deep threes and then a conditioning finisher where we touch the backboard and try and get quick off the ground in our second jump. Of course, as we end all workouts with JR, a minute 30 of jump rope, just working up foot speed and a little bit of conditioning.
Today's workout was one of those days where I felt like I couldn't feel where the ball was going. I didn't know why I was missing on some shots or like why I was making it. Super frustrating. Did a lot of jab work stuff today. I talked with JR and said I felt uncomfortable in the jab work ones that we did a few days earlier. And so we tried to kind of just rep out some different options out of the jab. It's really interesting when you work on stuff 1-on-0. These are repetition reps or trying to get that muscle memory. It's just basically skill building without like a variable stimulus, so like 1-on-0 type things. It can sometimes be difficult to transfer those skills over to decision making, live play and stuff like this. Like, okay, maybe you can do these things, but can you make the decisions quick enough? Can you read the defense? Can you react to contact, stuff like this? And so at this point in the summer, I'm just going for repetitions, just getting my game kind of crisp in that 1-on-0. Do I think that's gonna make exponential leaps and jumps in my game? Probably not. I think those moments of growth happen when you connect the volume repetitions with the stimulus environments, with the constraints, with the different decisions and the more live game like scenarios, open gyms, small-sided 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 1-on-1s with constraints, stuff like this, that constraint-led approach to training. That's when I think the growth and the development like skyrockets, when those two things meet at the right moment. That's what I'm planning to do in phase 3, which is the quality work phase of the off season, which is coming up. It's coming up in about a week or so, a little less than a week. When that happens, I think we're gonna hit the ground running and we're gonna make some big strides in our game. So today was a good one. Didn't play great, but didn't shoot the ball great, but a lot of good work, focused, detail oriented. So good work today. Again, here's the week breakdown of this phase of the off season, the build up phase. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are more or less these previous 3 training days repeated, and then there's a complete rest day on Sunday. All these workout PDFs will be linked in the description, so if you want those, go check them out. They'll have all the workouts, how to kind of schedule your week. It'll be pretty comprehensive, so a lot of value in there. Well, anyways, I hope this was helpful to give you some insight on how I ramp up my off season and give you some ways that you can kind of add some of these drills, some of these concepts to your own off season plan. So yeah, as always, get uncomfortable and live atypical. Cheers.